Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome in. Excuse me while I push a few buttons. I lingered on the login screen there for a little bit because they changed the music. They now have it cycling through all of the original theme songs. Darga sent me an update that they had posted on their wiki about that, and they posted a couple of. I think there's some like new anniversary weapon skins or something. But anyway, and also I was kind of dragging my feet a little bit here. Let me get my party back together. I guess I should bring Norgu. Get him trained up. He does have the pet now. And actually, I don't have a Mesmer template. Okay. I'm going to set up a simple domination thing for him. So, empathy, backfire, shatter hex probably good. I do like my interrupts. All right, frustration. Oh, there's energy. Yeah, there's energy surge. Okay. I need something that gets him energy back, though. Energy tap. Gain 2 energy. Okay, that's something. Gain 21. There we go. Let's use that instead of power spike. That'll get him some energy, or actually, you know, why not both? All right, it's not great, but it's something. Anyway, welcome in. So, when last I left in Guild Wars, it's been Guild Wars, I feel, is pretty solidly an every other week kind of a thing now. Wait, what are these? Inspiration, yeah. Guild Wars has kind of become an every other week kind of a thing now. And I'm kind of rotating in a number of other, just, you know, random things on Sundays. So, when last I left, I had done Jinur's Horde, and I think it's getting close time to go into the Desolation. Hey, Holson, welcome in. So I commented on the clip. Discord. Oh yeah, the one with the bears. Yeah, those floppy suits, you know, are fun to see, you know, people acting around in. Yeah, and like I mentioned, you've probably seen, it's like, yeah, that Discord is not particularly active. I do look at it, you know, if people are chatting, I'll chime in, but otherwise, I tend to not. Oop, hang on. I almost broke the law. I'm only supposed to use 3 heroes at a time. It's like I'll occasionally post some music, you know, or something, but otherwise, it's a pretty quiet. Who do I want? Bring Sin in. But yeah, I'm back on Guild Wars, and I believe it's time to go cross into Desolation, talk to Cormier in the command post. Yes, to find a way across the Desolation. I'm hoping that we can make to Domain of Anguish, or Domain of Anguish. Yeah, not Domain of Anguish. The Torment Realm, whatever they call it. Domain of Anguish, I believe, was the term for the elite area of the Torment Zone. Tend to link a lot of stuff, find them funny. Yeah, link away. I keep meaning, you know what I keep meaning to do is to create a channel, you know, dedicated to just funny stuff and memes, you know, because I would probably post a lot more. You know, I do a lot of random internet searching, or not searching, but I come across a lot of really random stuff that could be funny. Got my message? Good. We need to find a way northwest through the Desolation. For my time on this world is nearing an end. My nightmares have grown stronger, stronger even than Milani's. Tear at my soul. I know not how much longer I can hold together. See, my eyes were back. Yeah, never mind. You need to take the Zed and speak with Mirza. Oh, I need to take the Zed. Okay. All right. Hang on. Let me recast my party here a little bit. Spend way too much time on YouTube. All sorts of random stuff. Yeah, Holson, I don't know. Have you found any of the Viva La Dirt League clips? They do a lot of spoofing life in video games, kind of things. They're kind of a fun group. They posted a video the other day of a party. They're playing Dungeons and Dragons, and one of them asks, it's like, hey, have any of us, like, pooped in character? And everyone's like, why is that even a thing you would think of? But then he proceeds to roleplay how he, as a Dungeons and Dragons character, goes about pooping. And what happens when you roll low. It was a pretty funny clip. I might post that. I think I may have posted some of the Dark Souls. They did a series on Dark Souls games that I, quite enjoyed. Oops, hang on. Oh, what is my inventory? Staff. Nothing really of note. Okay. But yeah, it's Sunday. It's Guild Wars, which means, honestly, I'm probably only going to be paying half an eye on what's going on in the game. This game is, it's a comfort game, but at the same time, I don't have to worry about a whole lot. Although, oh shit, it's Chosen. This guy is a really annoying... This guy's a really annoying monk boss. Can be. Yeah, he's got Glimmer of Light. And if he has any other... healers with him... Okay, he doesn't, actually. This Glimmer of Light spell that he uses is really... It's a really fast cast, and it heals for a fair amount of damage, so... And he can just spam it like crazy. Oh, well, I interrupted his healing breeze. That hampers him a little bit. Doesn't look too annoying. Well, yeah, it's... See, this is one of those fights where... he won't... Okay, he's finally down. You're not really in danger of dying to him, but you just get into this stalemate. He just continually out-heals your party. Yeah, and he had a support healer as well here. It was an issue of just having enough DPS to kind of overwhelm him. And that's the other thing with that Glimmer of Light skill, is he casts it so fast that I can't really interrupt it, except by luck, I'll periodically just throw out a distracting shot and hope that it happens to hit him. And I got his healing breeze with that, but I couldn't get Glimmer of Light. Oh, hang on. Sorry, the Guild Wars sound was probably a little bit loud there. I think we're supposed to go around this way, actually. Been long enough. It's like, yeah, I don't remember the exact pathing of this area. Mentioned it a number of times. It's like, well, I love the game. you know, Guild Wars. I love the games. Nightfall had kind of the least replayability for me, so as a result, I don't necessarily remember the pathing as well as a lot of the areas in, say, Prophecies. Or even Factions, you know. Tuka Bird. Yeah. But also, you know, I'm just playing normal mode. You know, Guild Wars does have a hard mode that I could be playing on, but I'm not. Since I'm kind of limited in my, you know, available skills and inventory, I'm not really min-maxed enough to really do the hard mode stuff. Kind of done with Guild Wars 1. Yeah, I don't know that I'm done with it. Again, it's a comfort game that I go back to, but at the same time, it's not really an inspiring game, you know, for me to go back to. It's a comfy, warm blanket, but you know. But, you know, the days of it having new, refreshing stuff are, you know, sadly long gone. Come to the aid of the Centaur Prides. Don't expect much in return. The Cornins have destroyed most of what we had, leaving us little more than the hides on our backs. We've now Cornin troops plan an attack against us. I wait word for my scouts. If you wish to prove yourself my people, time may come soon. Okay, we need to do something for her. If anything, go back just to make all the maps gold. Yeah. Desolation is death to step within its sulfur haze, for man and runner alike. Nothing living can pass through, our people know better. There was an ancient undead king, perhaps you've heard of him, Palawa Joko. Oh yeah, this asshole. Enslaved our people to serve the undead ranks in his dark bone palace. It is rumored he even tamed the great worms beneath the sulphurous waste to do his bidding. Meet me in the Desolation, I'll show you. Okay, so we keep going. Yeah, actually, just before stream, you know, I have also ever planned to go into Guild Wars 2. On stream, no, not really. I did play Guild Wars 2. I have a number of characters in Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 2, I mean, I enjoyed it for its time, but I also somehow, even though it was a bigger world and there was a lot more, I suppose, in it, somehow it just didn't quite have the longevity that Guild Wars 1 had. And I'm not sure why. I suppose part of it is the weapon lock. You know, okay. There are a couple of things. One, you know, as a lot of people have said, the weapon locking of skills, you know, your first 5 skills are tied to the whatever your weapon you're carrying, limits the customization you have. And I didn't think that was necessary. I understood why they did it. I disagreed with it. I did like being able to build, you know, truly my own builds. See, as I'm running a, you know, the most basic as hell Splinter Barrage Ranger you ever did see. But I liked having the option. So that was one thing. The other thing, honestly, is I really like the party aspect of Guild Wars 1. The henchmen, the heroes, being able to customize them. And I know Guild Wars 2, you can party up with other people, but I kind of like dragging my own team of dumbasses around, you know? And, you know, not to mention, it's like, you know, working with other people. Other people can be fine. They can be assholes or they can be fine. But honestly, when it comes to playing with other people, more than anything else, I have an issue with schedules. You know, there's a lot of You know, a lot of people will talk about the difficulty of getting a D&D group together around scheduling conflicts and things like that. And I always kind of had that a little bit with Guild Wars 1. You know, running an individual mission or something, you know, with other people that was easy enough to do. But if I wanted to do like a high-level dungeon or something, you know, the coordination and everything that it took to do that stuff was very much beyond the available time that I ever had. You know, I keep mentioning the story of the time that the one time that I ran Urgos's Warren, and it took like 7 hours. Not because we were failing all over the place, but just because we were a group of all, you know, people, you know, parents, adults, you know, that had various things going on in our lives on that day. So we'd play for half an hour, and then somebody would have to go AFK for a little while, and we'd be like, okay, you know, we'll just bum around for a little bit. You know, we might pick away some of the smaller groups if we felt up to it, but otherwise, you know, we just kind of pause and talk and do all that jazz. So the progression in Urgos's Warren was really, really slow. And it was hard. So I like having the they're not the smartest bunch in the world, but I like just having the AI heroes running around. There's another game that I was playing recently that had something similar, AI heroes, that I thought of, you know, somewhat similarly. Same in Warcraft. Most people don't have time. Game is more or less a full-time job if you want to keep up to date, yeah. And that's the thing, it's like, I don't, you know, if I'm playing a game, I don't want it to feel like a job. You know, I'm here to relax. You know, have fun. I was actually just playing, before stream, I have also gotten sucked into the Helldivers 2 craziness that's going on. I'm enjoying that game quite a bit. It's suffering from a lot of server issues right now, or Living Flame. But if you can get in, there's a good time to be had. But at the same time, it's also a game it feels very built around being able to party with other people. At least if you're trying to play at a certain level. Having said that, I have managed to work my way up to challenging difficulty. This game that looks like a lot of fun. It is fun. You know, hang on, do I need to be going... I think I need to loop down and up. Yeah, it's kind of... It's a goofy, crazy, you know, fun game. And it's a game that I wouldn't have necessarily thought I would like. And I don't think there's a whole lot of meat to the game, really. The missions you run on, it's like there are a variety of missions, but they're all fairly straightforward. It is very, very easy to get overwhelmed, though. It is one of the more chaotic shooters that I've played in a while. It was very disappointing, though, because my brother and I, we have a standing co-op time on Friday nights where we'll play games together. And that was our big thing, was this weekend, or this Friday, we were going to play Helldivers. But they had a lot of server trouble, and neither of us were able to get in. So we went on and, you know, played Enshrouded instead. Which, Enshrouded is also a good game. It's a much calmer, slower-paced game. For, like, survival crafting and a little bit of combat. And honestly, I think my brother prefers Enshrouded to Helldivers. The times he's gotten in Helldivers, he's like, yeah, it's alright, it's probably good, but he also admits, it's like, I really need to play this with other people to really see how I feel about it. Helldivers is difficult solo. Isn't it open beta? Helldivers? I think it's actually a full release. The game itself, I haven't really noticed a whole lot of bugs with it. The main thing is just server capacity. Now, I did think, because it's like every week, it's been out, what, 2 weeks now? And every weekend, the player base spikes, because, people are off. They want to play the games. And the server capacity just still is not there. And I'm sympathetic towards the devs. They claim they didn't realize the game would be as popular as it is. So they were kind of unprepared for the server, hit that they were going to take. So they've been trying to increase the capacity. But at the same time, I'm thinking it's like, this is this thing that MMOs have, long figured out. I mean, when a new MMO launches, yeah, they're going to have server issues the first week or so. But there's one thing that MMOs have that I like, and not just MMOs, a lot of games have, is if the game requires you to log into a server and for whatever reason the server's down, the server's up, at full capacity or whatever, at least have a splash screen at the front of the game saying, hey, sorry, servers are full, you're in the queue, here's your place in the queue. And then along with maybe a little web page thing, like article on what's going on, what steps they're taking to alleviate it. Helldivers really doesn't have that. They have a one simple message saying, hey, we're full, try again later. And that's all it is. Have I tried Skull and Bones? I have not tried Skull and Bones. I've been a little curious about it, but at the same time, I don't know. I'm a little wary of Ubisoft games. And what Skull and Bones kind of looked like to me is I played Assassin's Creed Odyssey, the Greek one, which I enjoyed quite a bit. And, that had a ship, it had naval combat and all that stuff, which I enjoyed. It looks like Skull and Bones is pretty much a game that's just that, though. And I enjoyed Odyssey because, it had, you disembark, you go on stealth missions, there's all this stuff to do on land, and you've got the seafaring component, too. Where it feels like, and again, I could be completely wrong, I haven't looked too deeply into Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones may have that stuff too, but it looks like it's primarily, built around the sea combat. Completely different timer. Yeah, that is true. It is different timer. I have yet to play Assassin's Pirates, not Greeks. Yeah, exactly. I do have yet to play Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I think I've got all the Assassin's Creed games like in my backlog to play. I've only played Odyssey and Origins. And I played a little bit of Valhalla at the beginning, before I just kind of got Assassin's Creeded out. And but I have heard a lot about Black Flag, that it's a great, pirate, sailing thing, getting into the sea shanties and all. Oh, Zaishan Scout is just there. Valhalla. I should go back and play Valhalla. You know what I really, really enjoyed in Valhalla? And you want to get Mirage one day? I recently built this. I'm playing on a new computer, and when I got the CPU. Hey there, Jeff. Welcome in. Whoa, Jason Isaacs is frozen. Jeff with welcome here. How you doing today, Jeff? Hope you're doing all right.
The last day dawns on the kingdom of Ascalon.
Oh, it's freezing again. I don't know what.
Arrives with no fanfare, No tolling.
I'm running OBS and Guild Wars 1. This should not be stressing the system to where it can't play the videos. Chillin'. Yeah, it's Sunday. It's Guild Wars. It's a chill kind of day. But yeah, Holson, I played Valhalla. You know what I enjoyed most in AC Valhalla was, oh, I've forgotten what it's called. The mini game, the little dice mini game. I loved that mini game. You know, it's like you hear other people how they love Gwent in the Witcher games. I loved that one game, and it hurts me now that I can't remember what it was called. Guild Wars 1 is too good for any PC to handle. Maybe that's it. Sit for hours just trying to win, yeah. So that was that for a little while when I was playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla. That was kind of my main thing. I would progress across the world, not because I cared about the story or anything, because I kind of didn't. I was honestly kind of tapping out of the story. I was looking for new guys to play the mini game against, you know. That was kind of my guiding thing there for a while. I should get back to that though, one of these days. Do not step within its bounds. You see, those are the very worms Palawa Joko was said to have controlled. Perhaps they hold the answer you seek. Only Palawa Joko knows. Beware the deceit of the undead king. Bargain with men's souls, promising 3 wishes and granting none, or granting them in ways that only serve his wishes. Find Palawa Joko if you must find a way across Desolation. Right. Yeah, this now we have to go all the way back here. Oops. And you want to try Assassin's Creed Mirage? Yeah. When I built the new computer, I was gifted, well, not gifted. I was registered to get free copies of 2 games. One from the CPU. It's like, yeah, buy the CPU, get this free, you get a free license for this game. The other one, and then the video card had the same deal. And I forget which one was which, but I got copies of Mirage, and also I have a free copy of Nightingale coming my way when that releases, and that's supposed to be releasing soon, I believe. Nightingale being I believe it's another kind of survival crafting building game, but with a little bit more of a steampunk look. Palawa Joko's Scourge of Vabi was defeated in the Battle of Jahai by Torai Asa. That was not the end of his story. It seems he could not be killed. After the battle, it said members of Torai Asa's elite guard formed the Order of Whispers. These great hunters broke Joko's body and used powerful magic to bind him within a great tomb. They eventually built a monument commemorating the victory over the site. My dreams have told me we must travel to the tomb. Yeah, we travel to the tomb, and Palawa Joko is just like hanging out there. You have the story too. Your view might be different. Living in Nordic country. Yeah, actually, Holson, that one thing I'm greatly looking forward to. Yesterday, I finally finished Dark Souls 2 and Alan Wake 2, which clears the way for a new game next week. And I am going to be... The current plan is that I'm going to start playing Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, which, as I understand it, is a Norse version of Orpheus and Eurydice. That... When I've seen combat, the combat looks kind of Souls-like, although I guess maybe it's a little more God of War-like. But I've also heard it's actually very puzzly. It's got a lot of puzzles to it. So, and I've been scared of that game for a long time because I've heard it also delves into like psychosis. Yeah, it's called Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, and there's a sequel game that's coming out in a couple of months. And it's a game that I've heard nothing but good about. It won like a bunch of BAFTA awards because it deals with like psychosis and, you know, the heroine that you're playing, you know. I don't know if she's got multiple personality or at least she's hearing voices in her head the whole time. I think there's like things about anxiety. I suppose it's a game. It might, come with a trigger warning. I suppose I should probably look into that. But it sounds like it's a combat puzzle heavy game, but also there's a lot of psychology to it. When I first heard about it, the name of the game turned me off. Hellblade? Oh, okay, that sounds like some generic, demon action slaying game. And it's like, no, apparently it's a much, much more serious game. And now I finally have a computer that can run it. Well, we would think, if it's having trouble running Guild Wars. Beware, here entombed is Savio Pro. The rest of the stone is destroyed. Let's see. Examine the monument. Yeah, I did. Oh, this. There we go. This monument commemorates the defeat of Palawa Joko at the Battle of Jahai. After 100 days of bloody battle, Rai Asa and his elite troops defeated Joko's undead forces of gray giants and undead centaurs. Despite attempts made with magic blade and even darker means, Palawa Joko could not be killed. Rai Asa's elite forces chained him by magic and bound him deep in the earth. Thus, the undead lord's defeat was complete, and Palawa Joko sealed away forever in a location kept secret by the Order of Whispers. Yeah, but now he's like just hanging out somewhere. Rise procession. Oh yeah, I think actually I can get to him from here. Oh, suddenly got a bit of a headache. Pretty sure that he's close to the portal here. But yeah, it's like I've gotten to the point now with like other games. I've got so many games in my backlog to play. A lot of them on stream, and I've introduced, my limbo list thing, which is next weekend I'll pick a random game out of, my backlog to try. Right now, I'm thinking it might be On Guard, which is kind of a swashbuckling, sword play game that looked amusing. I don't know that it has a whole lot of depth to it, but it looks like it could be fun. But I'm getting to the point now where just even casual games that I play like off stream, I've got a ton of those to get through. Like right now, I've been playing Helldivers, when I could get into the server. I've got Enshrouded. I do still go into Assassin's Creed Odyssey every now and then. It's pretty rare. Game is apparently about a girl having weird thoughts, and you have to find Lord Stones to activate in order to hear the thoughts and so on. Yeah, and I think I've heard that if you're fighting an enemy and you make a mistake, like you mistime a dodge or something, or you get hit, voices will quickly trigger, talking about you messed up, you made a mistake, and all of that, which is it sounds like there's a lot of psychology to it. And honestly, I've been kind of scared of the game for reasons like that. I'm a guy, I don't like to get too far into my own head. So something like that, kind of spooks me a little bit. But at the same time, sounds like a game a lot of people should not play. Yeah. I do feel I probably will put a trigger warning on it. Or I imagine actually, if I type in the category, it'll probably automatically put a trigger warning on it. If it is as iffy as it sounds like. It does look like a very, very interesting game, though. And I thought, it's like, you know what? I enjoyed Alan Wake 2 so much, and Alan Wake 2 has a lot of psychology stuff to it. It's got this one chapter that I played yesterday that's entirely about the self-doubts of one of the lead characters, about how she thinks she failed everyone and she's, really guilting herself up. And that chapter kind of got me thinking about Hellblade. It's like, that was really, really well done. I should play this other one. Couldn't find the word for it, but you know how I mean. Yeah. It's, yeah. If people are at all susceptible to that kinds of sensitivity, you know, they might want to, you know, give that one a wide berth. Let's speak with, what are we doing? Oh yeah, we're talking Plawajoko. We're hunting down Plawajoko. And it's apparently a fairly fast game too. I'm like, yeah, we'll try it.
Did you think you could escape us, Gravewalker? We could follow your stench across the desert.
You are a natural follower, Centaur. Your dead ancestors served as my cavalry.
We did not come to trade insults, Palawa.
Psychological horror, yeah.
Know how to cross the desolation.
Sorry to disappoint. Only the dead and the demonic can walk the Sulphur Flats unscathed.
Let me rip his limbs off. He'll still be able to tell us afterwards.
You wouldn't dare, mule.
You're right.
Dare.
Fire is a better way to deal with a lying abomination like you. Someone fetch me a torch.
Don't lie to us, Palawa. The histories speak of mortals at your bone palace. How did they get there?
I did not lie. No mortal can walk the Sulphur Flats. But there are great worms who travel beneath those sands. These can serve as your steeds, but you have to do one thing.
What's that?
You have to show them you are their master. Otherwise, you're worm food.
Worm food. Yeah, psychological horror is... You know, I played Silent Hill 2 a while back, which I suppose... When I went into Silent Hill 2, I went into Silent Hill 2 with the wrong expectations. I thought, because Silent Hill 2 was a big horror name alongside Resident Evil 2, or 2, not just Resident Evil 2, but, you know, pretty much the Silent Hill franchise and Resident Evil franchise, you know, it felt like you always heard about those two. And I mistakenly thought they were kind of a similar genre. And actually, really kind of not. Resident Evil is much more overt in its, you know, hey, there's, you know, undead zombies and monstrous, you know, biomutated, you know, enemies that you just need to gun down. It doesn't really go deeper than that. And, you know, it's fairly campy too, honestly. So when I played Silent Hill 2, I wasn't really prepared. I was kind of expecting it to be on that level, and it really wasn't. Silent Hill 2, there was a lot more psychology going on in it, but at the same time, I didn't realize that, and I didn't realize what I should have been paying attention to. So there's a lot of psychological stuff that just kind of went over my head, or, you know, that I just kind of missed, and I didn't fully appreciate what was really going on with Silent Hill. That, like, all the monsters are reflections of some, you know, some deep-seated issue that the main character is having. And looking back, there are places where it's like, okay, yeah, I could kind of see that. But as I was playing, most of the time I was just trying to get through, just trying to fight and get past the controls. I didn't really like the controls, you know. I was judging it very much on a surface level thing where I needed, I guess, to be thinking about it a little bit deeper. Said in Hellblade, voiceover thoughts, apparent stuff about Norse mythology, which is creepy enough to... Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. I remember when... It has amused me, the whole... You know, since Marvel came out and they've got the Thor movies, there's Thor and Loki and all that. So, you know, a lot of people will talk about Thor. Oh, Thor and Loki. You know, we know these guys now. It's like, you know the Disney versions of them. And what I remember the most was when the Loki TV show came out on Disney. You know, it was a multiverse kind of a thing. You know, there's all these different versions of Loki. Oh, spoilers, by the way, for the show, but I'm going to get into it. there's this thing where there's a version of Loki that's a woman. What was her name? I can't remember. She didn't call herself Loki. She called herself something else, but she was effectively a version of Loki. And they met and they were going on adventures together, and it even suggested that they might, if they could learn to trust each other, that they, could end up, being lovers or something. And a lot of people like, oh, how weird is that? You'd be falling in love with another version of yourself. And a lot of people are like into the Norse mythology. It's like, classical Loki, he was down for anything and everything, The often told story of his is what he turned himself into a horse to mate with, a stud of, was it Odin's, I think? And I forget the reason. I think there was a bet of some kind. And he ended up giving birth to Sleipnir, I forget how to pronounce it. Sleipnir, the 8-legged horse. There's a whole lot of stuff. None of this would show up in a Disney show. In a way, I suppose it's kind of like, Disney taking a lot of old fairy tales, and they very much sanitize them. Like, The Little Mermaid was not a happy story. I believe she ultimately just gets ditched. The prince ditches her, and her legs are tormenting her, and all kinds of bad things are happening there. Hans Christian Andersen, I think, liked to do that in the stories. Get into German folk tales, you get into some really dark stuff. Yeah, when people think fairy tales, it's like you gotta make the distinction. Are you talking about Disney fairy tales, or are you talking about classical fairy tales? A lot of classical fairy tales, had, a lot of morality stories to it, so they weren't necessarily happy. Backstory is a lot of Disney stuff, way out, yeah. Things that would never make it onto the screen. Like, what was it, Cinderella? Her stepmother, like, at the end of the story? Oops. Oh, I just realized they're rezzing each other. I have a spell for that. I think the stepmother is... They do something really, really horrible with the stepmother. I forget if they put her in, like, hot iron shoes or something, or entomb her, or... It's really, really dark stuff. You digging the story behind Disney? Oh, you mean himself? Oh, shit. Heels. Our people are at risk of... Hang on. Let's back up here. Commercial media glorifying the... Yeah, well, commercial media... They like the status quo. Specifically the status quo that makes them money. And Disney, the man and the company, hit on the formula very, very quickly with Snow White. Actually, I have a fair bit of admiration for Disney for early days Disney, when he wanted to try stuff. When he was making Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, nobody thought he'd be able to do it, that they'd be able to pull that off. They called it Disney's folly and all that. And he did it, and it turned into this huge thing. And I think, to Disney's credit, he recognized it was a success, but he didn't want to just copy it. He wanted to start messing around and do other stuff. So Pinocchio, another fairy tale, but it wasn't a princess fairy tale. It was a different one. And then Fantasia, which was so wildly out there for the time. Well, it was wildly out there for the time, but also kind of not, because Disney kind of had its roots in the Merry Melodies kind of stuff. So Fantasia, I suppose, was kind of an extension of what he was doing. The problem is that Fantasia bombed originally. So that was when he kind of started getting a little more gun shy. So everything about money, deep subject. Have I thought about the Winnie the Pooh characters? Yeah, the Winnie the Pooh thing is interesting because Disney, and I could be wrong here, Disney owns the right to their particular version of Winnie the Pooh with the red shirt. I think, and I could be wrong. I think other places, other places can use the Winnie the Pooh character as long as it's like a more generic teddy bear character. The minute you put the red shirt on, that's when you run afoul of Disney, legally speaking. And I always thought that was kind of an interesting thing that it's like they don't have the license to the character itself. They have a license to a particular depiction of that character. I just thought that was kind of interesting. We are missing a pet. All right, I think it's worm time. Yep, worm time. Oh, the Winnie the Pooh characters for different mental disabilities. And that... I feel, that's the thing with literature. It's... I feel that's good. I suppose it could be weird, but as a children's story, that's kind of a good way of addressing the subject with kids. Like, hey, here's a way we can discuss it. Tigger is your hyperactivity. Owl is your wisdom. Rabbit is your practicality, Piglet is what? What's Piglet, I guess? Insecurity? If it gives kids a means to understand, especially as they're growing up, a means to understand, these feelings they're going through. I mean, I suppose, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, all of those. Actually, I think the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, those versions of the character, that was Disney putting their own spin. I don't think the original ones had the specific traits. I don't recall. Things thought of as grown-ups but not kids. Yeah, well, I always love, revisiting movies and stories that I enjoyed as a child, and then watch them now, and I'm like, oh, ooh, wow, yeah, there's a lot here that I did not process when I was a kid. I always love, one of my favorites is Labyrinth. The Jennifer Connelly, David Bowie movie. Because I was a huge Jim Henson fan. And anything and everything that Jim Henson did was gold as far as I was concerned. I loved The Dark Crystal. Labyrinth was great. Watching Labyrinth again as an adult, it's like, it's a little clunky here and there in places, but you realize it's like, oh yeah, this is another story of, a young person growing up, going through that transition between childhood and adulthood. There's so many stories that tap into that growing up aspect. Spirited Away is a version of it. I hesitate to say that Alice in Wonderland is a version of it. There's an aspect of Alice in Wonderland that's like that, but like she realizes how everything is silly in in that world, and that's what kind of gets her to be more practical, I suppose. But at the same time, Alice in Wonderland is really creepy. Kind of the backstory of that book and why it was written is kind of creepy. Puked out by the worms. Blah. Exactly. SpongeBob. SpongeBob. SpongeBob cracks me up because, you know, that as a concept, that's a show that's like, yeah, when you're pitching SpongeBob SquarePants as a show, is there any realization that this show is going to go for, you know, how long is SpongeBob going? Like 15 years, 20 years? It's been going for a long time. It's become a touchstone. A cultural touchstone. I haven't actually watched too many episodes of SpongeBob myself. I did see the first movie. Guess I heard the story or theory about the crab patties. I have not, or have I? I don't know if I have. I would imagine, I think I heard something, it's kind of a comparison of mass-produced fast food versus more artisan-crafted, you know, food crafted by people who care. You know, because SpongeBob, of course, excuse me, SpongeBob, you know, you could tell he really cares about, you know, making the best burgers he can, the most delicious burgers. And, but then what's it, the Chum Bucket, the other guy, the competitor, who's trying to mimic their, hang on, guide the Ninja to the remain. Okay, yeah, we just need to traverse the world. The other businessman was just, well, actually, the owner of the Krabby Patty is also very upfront about just being in it for the money. But the difference is he has, you know, he has like SpongeBob who cares about the product and wants to make a good product. Whereas the other guy, the little, I forget, the little one-eyed, I forget what he actually is, that's running the other restaurant where everything is really, really gross and nasty. I always figured that was supposed to be something about fast food versus, you know, like actual real food or something. Or if the crab patty is made out of the rest of the crabs and they saved only one. I have not heard. Although Mr. Krabs, him and his money, I don't know where we should go. Everyone else that plays Nightfall, read the one above. Oh, sorry. Think of it, Crab Patty has a secret recipe. Throughout the entire movies, you only see one crab character. Oh, I see. That is true. Yeah, in SpongeBob, you see a ton of other fish characters. Although I suppose do you see any other starfish or sponge characters too? I don't know. I know they have a generic roster of fish that they go to. I forget what all our buttons do. Oh yeah, Janundu whale is the res, that's right. Fish and other animals, but only one crab. Mr. Krabs, what are you doing to your people? I don't know how much stock I would put in that necessarily. Oh wait, do I go down there? Nope, that is sealed off. Okay, there's a way up there. There's also a way this way. I forgot, I'm in a mission. There's bonus stuff I should be doing. The burger just happens to be called Krabby Patty. It's possible. Possible Mr. Krabs has, you know, is doing a little crab trafficking. Wouldn't that be a twist for SpongeBob, you know, to learn, you know, where the meat of the crab patties comes from and have that crisis of conscience, you know? It's like, yes, you can save the people, but you will no longer be able to make the perfect crab patty. You know? It's human meat. Hey, Mythical Monkey, welcome in. Yeah, it's Soylent Green is people. There are some, like, young worms that we're supposed to rescue in this mission, aren't there? Oh yeah, there's one. I don't particularly care about the bonus, but might as well do them while I'm here. Never seen an episode of SpongeBob, just short clips. Yeah, I've seen a few. I've seen the one where the imagination one, which I feel is like one of the big ones, where they get a box, you know, Patrick and SpongeBob, they find a box. It's just a cardboard box, and they're having the most fun with it, you know, pretending it's like a spaceship or things like that. And Squidward's getting all annoyed with him, and it's like, it's just a box. Why do you care about this thing? And they're like, because our imagination is making it a spaceship, you know, and things like that. I did see the first movie, and I don't know what possessed us to go see the first movie, and we hadn't even really seen the show. You know, we were just vaguely aware of the characters, but it's like, you know what? Let's go watch a movie. Let's go watch this movie. And that movie had us absolutely dying laughing, specifically towards the end. The whole thing with David Hasselhoff at the end. Oh my god, it was absolute gold. The way Hasselhoff was just kind of surfing, you know, on the surface. I'm David Hasselhoff. Loved it when I was young. Bear in the Bleak Blue House is wonderful too. I had not heard of Bear in the Bleak Blue House until just recently. I started seeing some clips of Bear, and I'm not sure. It sounds like Bear himself is a little sarcastic or something. I don't know the exact personality, but I just started seeing some stuff like Bear being a special guest on other shows or something, and like, oh, Bear's kind of snarky, which is cool. You know, I like my snarky characters. It was so good. Oh, one of the young worms died. I do not recall where to go for the others. I don't really feel like scouring the whole map, though. Oh, we can go that way. Is there anything? I was talking with my wife. One of the things I need to do, I'm going to mention this now so it serves as a reminder later when I'm going through the VOD, is I need to look into setting up a Plex server so that we can have like locally stored copies of like all our favorite shows, movies and shows and things. she's recently been going through the X-Files again, or we don't have cable. We have got a digital TV.
Boy, you're now
antenna.
second best in the family.
Hey Zeros, welcome in. How you doing today? Oops, hang on. Get the button.
You cheeky dick waffle.
There you go. Oh, it's this building. Okay, yeah, no, I don't need to be here. Went too far south. Yeah, we have a digital antenna, and we've been getting a number of older shows like the X-Files and things like that. They've started running like Whose Line Is It Anyway? And we like having our MASH reruns available. It's like, you know what? I should just set up a Plex server, just have all that stuff available, because right now the availability of all that stuff is at the whims of whatever the broadcast companies are. Magical Liquid. Usually super. Oh, Adventures of the Gummy Bears. I never did watch that. You know what I did watch? Way back in the day. It's funny, we were talking about Disney a little while ago. Back when I was in high school, we had, and it's funny to say because this was not cool for high school, was to watch the Disney afternoon. The classic lineup. DuckTales, Tailspin, Chippendales, Rescue Rangers, and Darkwing Duck. That was like the afternoon school programming for me when I was in high school, man. I mean, I always did like my cartoons. What's funny is hearing that a lot of other people are like, "Oh yeah, man, they still sing the DuckTales theme song," All of them classic, yeah. I really liked Tailspin. And it's funny because I remember, I'm gonna go on a irritated little rant here. I really liked Tailspin, and I loved, there was this one episode they did that was clearly based on Frederick Forsyth's short story, The Shepherd. And my angry rant is not about Tailspin. My angry rant is that they are making a movie of that now with John Travolta as the Shepherd. Now, again, I don't have anything not really personally against John Travolta. I just simply he's one of the actors I just simply don't like to see. I feel like he's got some off-screen baggage for me somehow. Tom Cruise is kind of the same way, where I'm like, I don't care how successful of an actor you are. I just can't get past the fact that it's you. And I was all excited. It's like, oh, they're gonna do a movie version of The Shepherd, and The Shepherd is a very simple short story. Oh, Travolta's The Shepherd. Although honestly, if they do it properly, The Shepherd never even talks. So the backstory, The Shepherd is a story. I believe it was set in it was World War II, I believe, and it's about a pilot. He's piloting I think a bomber or a plane, might have been P-17 or something, who's running low on gas. He's trying to find his way to an airstrip to land, and it's foggy. None of his instruments are working. He can't find his way. He's flying blind. When all of a sudden he catches a glimpse, there's another plane flying alongside him. Appears to be, I think, RAF. Doesn't really recognize it, but this other pilot is signaling him, "Hey, follow me. I will take you to, a safe landing strip," which he does. He guides the pilot to this old abandoned airstrip and there's no one working with. There's just this one old, elderly caretaker that's kind of working there, and the caretaker's like, we haven't had a plane land here in 20 years. What the hell? Oh yeah, I think the shepherd, I think he was flying like a biplane or something. And spoilers, it turns out the shepherd, the guy that guided him to the airstrip, was the ghost of a pilot from, I believe, World War One, who used that airstrip as one of their staging grounds in World War One. And they realize after they land is like, holy shit, I was guided here to safe haven, by a ghost. Is one of those kind of pleasant ghost stories. A lot of ghost stories, are they make to be creepy or scary, or it's like this was like a comforting, reassuring one, And that story has been done and redone in a lot of shows. And they did that episode in Tailspin. I think Baloo was lost in the fog somewhere, and they did the same thing. They had some ghostly character guide him to a safe landing spot, and it really messed him up. Realizing that this character was dead. I love stories like that. There's actually a real story about a disappearing plane like that. Came back on the landing strip after like 40 years. Oh, I think I heard a story like that too. I forget where I heard that one. I'm not even watching the game. I don't know where I'm going. I believe I'm believe me, I'm not paying any attention at all. I'm supposed to be going up here. I'm supposed to be up in this corner. Well, you know what? Maybe we'll find the other young. I've saved two. Maybe we can find the third youngster here. Oh yeah, Bermuda Triangle stories. Oh, there he is. Okay. Well, I wandered all over, but by accident because I was too busy talking. But we actually did find the last worm youngling. Worked out. Bermuda Triangle, mysterious area where there's no internet or any sort of signals. Yeah, what did I see? The Bermuda Triangle stories, they're fun. It's kind of fun in a spooky way, all these stories. I think I did see a show somewhere where they did actually explain, it wasn't like necessarily an ironclad explanation of what. Okay, yeah, I rescued all of them. Okay, I can head back. It wasn't necessarily an ironclad explanation as to what was happening in the Bermuda Triangle, but it was certainly plausible. It's like, you know what, that makes sense. And I wish I could remember what it came down. It came down to some really simple, atmospheric phenomena, that can happen in the area that, could mess with the instruments. It wasn't anything particularly supernatural or anything. It's just, oh yeah. And I think on the whole, it's not that there's that many more shipwrecks or plane crashes in the area than there are elsewhere. It's just a little bit more of a concentrated shipping lane or something. So, statistically, there were more crashes in that area. Holy crap, I've got a lot of stuff. I don't recall if that was it, though. I'll have to go back and look. Dove into it, read a lot some time ago, don't remember much, yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, I like knowing the fun stories, the supernatural stories, because, that's fun, But at the same time, I like knowing that there's a logical explanation for it. You know, in a way, have periods where you dive into stories and history and stuff. Yeah. You know, in a way, I had just finished Alan Wake 2, and I think I had mentioned at a number of places during the playthrough where I really appreciated in Alan Wake, because Alan Wake, the whole time he's in this situation with the Dark Place and Cauldron Lake and all this strange stuff that's going on, and he's doing all this narration, what you're getting is you are getting his interpretation of everything that's going on. And himself being an artist, a writer, you're getting this very spirited, you know, interpretive, you know, interpretation of what's going on. You're getting an artistic look at what he thinks is going on. But then at the same time, in Alan Wake 2, you also have the Federal Bureau of Control investigating. You're finding all these notes that the Federal Bureau of Control is making about all of these events. And I really like the juxtaposition, because the notes you find from the Federal Bureau of Control are much more clinical, much more analytical. You know, they're trying to quantify all this stuff. They're trying to put all of it in the boxes and everything. And they acknowledge that, yeah, there's strange shit going on here, but we need to research it. We need to understand it. We need to do all this stuff. Alan Wake himself it's like he's a guy out at high tide, you know, surfer out at high tide, just struggling, just trying to make any sense of what's going on, you know, from moment to moment. Whereas the Federal Bureau of Control is like, you know what, let's take a step back, you know, let's take a look, let's analyze this. I appreciate both thought processes, so there's some truth in all stories, which very much believe, oh yeah, it's like there's the history, you know, which is what happened. The problem with history is that it can be a little bit dry. But an effective way of passing on history is, I don't know if I want to say embellishment, but punching things up a little bit more, you know, making things a little more dramatic, a little more spicy. You know, that makes for what the fuck? Was I supposed to go up here? Shit. I'm again not paying any attention. I actually thought it was this corner. But yeah, the way you get people to remember things is by making it to a degree personal, you know. Tap into emotions, you know. People won't remember logic, they will remember emotions. And that irritates me greatly. I wish human nature was built in a different way to where we could more appreciably, you know, store our logical memories, but no. Oh shit. Right. Sulfur zone. Where's the worm spore? Where's the worm spore? All stuff around old history. Why do we know very specific stuff, but not a lot in the big... There's the worm spore. I still have this great memory of one of my high school history teachers. Specifically because the other history teacher was crap. This one history teacher, he was great. We all loved this guy, because the way that he would teach history was he would teach it by like telling stories. And what he would do, he would like be overly dramatic about the stories. Like I remember he was telling us about, you know, Julius Caesar and Cleopatra and Octavian, and you know how that whole thing went down. He presented it like it was a soap opera, which it kind of was, but he got up and he started acting all of it out and in very shorthand, you know, like it was a soap opera. And you know what? It was fucking hilarious. We loved it. End result, we remember the stories. You know, we remember Cleopatra and Julius Caesar and Octavian and Mark Antony and all that stuff because it was funny, because he was able to tap into the emotions, you know, into our emotions as students. He was a great teacher in that respect. Hey, Zeros. Uh-oh. Zeros calling me out. That's how the government controls us. Remember feeling and emotions. Well, I wasn't going to go there, but... Oh, shit, that door. Okay, I need to go around this way. That is something that is on display readily in our elections here, and I don't like to go into politics, but well, it's not... This isn't specifically politics. This is more of a media thing. Is media and politicians by extension. You can have a politician out there telling you the truth, what is happening, you know, what is actually going down, and the best plans to fix that. That politician will not necessarily get elected. The one who gets who is far more likely to get elected, is the one who taps into emotions, taps into feelings. And again, I mentioned earlier that I wish humans weren't wired this way. Politics is why I wish we weren't wired this way. So, rock and roll. Oh yeah, Zaros, I hope you're having a better day today. I remembered yesterday you were worried. I hope things are a little more under control today. You know, I do feel that having that awareness, it's like, okay, we are easily manipulated by our emotions. This is a rock hard edge there. Okay, so I need to go all the way back. I will have explored this whole flippin' map. Oops. Oh wait, can I go? Wait. Can I go this way? Maybe it's this way. Truth gets silenced down. I don't know if I want to say... I don't think the truth gets silenced. A lot of people talk about, you know, George Orwell, you know, 1984 and all that stuff. It feels like the reality we're in is more akin to... I was suddenly spacing out on his name. Brave New World author. The truth is out there, but it gets inundated with so much crap, you know, so much other stuff, that finding, you know, the truth is a massive, massive undertaking. You know, consider the internet, you know, consider your Google results, or DuckDuckGo, or whatever engine you're using to look for stuff. You know, it's like, yeah, you can do a search, you'll find stuff. Is it the right stuff? Maybe. Maybe not. Most likely you'll find sponsored stuff. You know, you'll find the stuff they want you to buy. You know, you'll find that really easily. Lots of proofs being silenced. There are, yeah, especially where, as you were mentioning the money thing, where truth conflicts with money. That's where the that's where you get the troubles. That's where it's more... It's more profitable to squash... I don't know what I want to say silence. Again, I want to say dilute, obfuscate, you know, the truth, I feel like. Distract, deflect, you know. Any and all tools you can get to divert attention. We're gonna get patrolled. So much you could say, but yeah. I know. I feel like we both know where we could easily go. But I also feel like we're, I think we're seeing the same stuff. That's my thing, is like, I don't want to get into like politics in particular, religion in particular, things like that, because that very easily gets into flame war stuff. But to the degree that, media control, media interpretation, plays a great role in everyone's perception of reality. I mean, hell, we can look at, other people on the internet. It's like, wow, you actually believe that crap? And they're like, oh yeah, absolutely. Why? Well, because whatever it is, their particular chosen media filter told them to believe, Whether or not it's true is beside the point. They have a connection to a media channel, a source of information. They feel connected to that channel, they're going to be more inclined to believe that person, that entity. So, love diving into it. Twitch is not the best place. Yeah. Hi, Daddy Bezos. Nah, I'm too small. Bezos isn't gonna come in here and... Not himself personally, Someone could report me for like, oh, he's saying bad things. And I'm not saying bad things about Amazon. I certainly could. I'm not explicitly. Oh, shit. Inventory full. Bezos himself doesn't give a damn. Yeah, I mean, he's rich enough, he doesn't have to. He cares whether Twitch as an overall thing is profitable or not. That's the only metric he's going to pay attention. Might be able to have a long conversation. Yeah, me and my sister and my wife, was it October? Yeah, it was October. My wife and I traveled out to Denver, to meet with our sister. We had some family stuff to deal with. And there was this one night where we stayed up till like 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh, there it is. Okay. We stayed up to 3 o'clock in the morning talking about this stuff and getting into specifics. And my sister's a bit of a very nervous person.
Given your low expectations, that would not be hard.
And while I couldn't really dissuade her fears, the best I could do was just kind of point out the things that she should be paying attention to. At least, again, in my opinion, I admit, I have my own chosen media filters,
You think your motley band are their equal?
I try to cross-check stuff, and I try not to get... I feel if I have an emotional reaction to a news story, that is a pretty good indicator that I need to take a second look at that news story. Or at least how that story is being reported. Do I always do it? No. I admit, I mean, I don't have the time, sadly. I do try to be informed, but again, like I say, there's so much stuff out there. Getting the true and full picture can be an issue. All right, so my inventory is full. I need to do some shit here. Saw a video the other day about a lady completely clueless that you can pick your apples and oranges, so and so on. Fully in belief, fruits and veggies need to go through the chemical stuff in factories. She had never heard of organic. Like, what did people do for fruit and vegetables before we had this stuff? Here's the part where I say the obligatory Monsanto is evil thing. for some of the stuff they try to get up to. But yeah, it's like, no, life is not patented. You know, life is, you know, grass, weeds, you know, flowers, all that stuff. You know, it's going to do its own thing, you know. Let's see. I too made an unfortunate deal with Palawa Joko. I was a prince until my father died. I lived a full life of honor and trappings of royalty, but free of duty. Running the kingdom was more than I could handle. My people, soon to feel the brunt of Palawa's attack, made a deal with him. I would serve him if he would spare my people. Unfortunately, it cost me my everlasting soul, for he killed my people, made me his undying minion. Now Palawa is back, and I must serve him as he tries to regain power. It is my duty to tell you that King Palawa Joko, Joko the Wise, and yeah, awaits you in Joko's domain. Okay, that was the primary quest. I need to find a merchant to unload some stuff. There's merchant. Pick fruits, yeah. I mean, yeah, by all means, you know, pick your fruits and everything. From we have blackberry bushes all over the place here, so you know it's not uncommon to just go out and pick a bunch of blackberries directly for the blackberries themselves. We have a lot of people make blackberry pie, you know. You know, people can't capitalize off of, you know, people freely, you know, picking things off the vine, which is, you know, there are some capitalist forces at work that would find that objectionable. So, oh hey, Descent, welcome in. So many nostalgia feels seeing Guild Wars 1 again. Oh yeah, did you just see? We just finished up a worm mission. How's your nostalgia about the worms? It's funny, I hear so much hate about, oh shit, Sunlight Chest. Yeah, I need to not be doing the Sunlight Chest thing. I hear so much hate about the worm missions, and I don't actually really mind the worm, honestly. Oh, hey, I can actually put a rune on Elias, or no, insignia on Elias. Remember the worms being a little frustrating, not too bad. I remember dying a lot in the worms, but also, you know, since you have a whole party, you know, they would res you almost instantly. It was really kind of not a problem, generally speaking. Inspiration. You know what? Norgu, maybe. Yeah. Oh, wait. What is. Energy plus 10, health plus 4 received physical. And this gets him 2 more points of energy. I think I'll keep that. So. Yeah, I actually don't really mind the worms too much. Nightfall in general, I don't feel has as much replayability as the other campaigns for me. Ironically, I feel the Desolation is where Nightfall kind of starts getting interesting. I do feel Nightfall is the best told story. Maybe not the best story, but the best... The way they told the story is the best. They got all the narrative and everything. The storytelling works the best in this one. Nightfall, I just kind of get tired of all the desert, you know, so... I've told before, so lucky you can get beef cuts of all sorts from your mom's boyfriend who owns a farm. Oh, nice. Meat compared to the one you store, night and day better. I believe it. Nightfall was the weaker of the campaigns, for sure. Eye of the North was insane, probably... Descent! Yes! One of us! One of me. It's funny, I keep saying that. It's like, you know, people ask, hey, what's your favorite campaign? And a lot of people will say Prophecies. Some people will say Factions. A number of people will say Nightfall. I always go to... I kind of have a double-edged answer. I would say my campaign from start to finish is probably Prophecies. But which one do I like playing the most? Which areas do I like playing the most? Eye of the North. And a lot of other Guild Wars 1 people, you know, that are in chat are like, ew, Eye of the North? Why? And I'm a simple man. I liked all the dungeons. You know, I liked having that many dungeons. It's all level 20 content. I know that the PvE skills are controversial, but at the same time, I kind of appreciated being able to mix and match, you know, these other skills that weren't necessarily tied to a profession. I thought that was kind of interesting. Arguably, they did break the game, you know, certainly farming wise with some of those skills, but Eye of the North had the best end game content for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I really, really liked Eye of the North. You know, that was just kind of always my thing that I loved doing was just, you know, I want to boot up the game. I want to, and it's a specific Guild Wars 1 thing. I just want to load up a party of AI heroes. I don't want to have to rely on other players. I don't have anything against other players. It's more of a scheduling thing, a coordination thing. You know, I just want to have a team of my own bunch of idiots, go into a cave somewhere, disappear for an hour or two, you know, make my way through a labyrinth, fight a boss, loot a big dungeon chest, you know, get some stuff and get out, you know. It's a very kind of pure, you know, dungeon crawling role play experience. And, you know, all of the games had that to a degree, you know, different areas. A lot of them were kind of elite areas, but Eye of the North had the most of that stuff. And that's really why I loved Eye of the North the most, I think. Story, it's like the story of Eye of the North. Yeah, you know, the story, you know, they wrote to be a bridge to Guild Wars 2. But also Eye of the North did give you a lot of things to work on, like the title tracks and things like that. Whether or not you enjoyed farming those tracks is another issue. But I'm like, I don't know, it gave me something to do. And also, you only needed to get up to what? You only needed to get a title track up to level 5 to max out the skills. You could go all the way up to, was it 8 or 10 or something? But that was just for the title, you know, the skills themselves were capped at 5. Enjoyed getting Gwam. I mostly enjoyed getting Gwam. The one that I hated the most was cartography. Cartography could go suck a, you know. Hey Lime, welcome in. How you doing? I'm as you can see, I'm desolationing. Deal is a deal. You need to get to Blast Mouth of Torment. I need to gain my Bone Palace. Oh yeah, so we need to go to the Bone Palace. Right. What's the Asura game? Polymock. Why do I remember the Asuran Guild Wars 1 minigame that I never played? I mean, I did like 1 or 2 matches way back in the day. And I can't remember the minigame name from Valhalla. Cartography was pretty bad sometimes. Also, Legendary Survivor. This, all right, hang on. This is bugging me. I need to look up the Valhalla minigame because I fucking loved the Valhalla minigame more than more than the main game. Of course, I didn't get very far in it. Orlog, that's what it was called. I loved Orlog. And the funny thing is, I remember looking up Orlog, and I guess that was a fake game. That was not a game that was a traditional Norse game. They just kind of cooked that up to kind of be in the spirit of a Norse kind of dice game. And it was just really fun. I just really enjoyed that. And I think I saw something that they were actually going to release a physical version of it. But by the time they did that, I think I had kind of tuned out of the game. Also, I don't really have anyone to play, physical games with. My wife is not big on, oh, wow, we are getting murdered here, and I'm not paying attention. Sand Devil, I probably Sandstorm or something. Oh, nope, not Sandstorm. He's elite. It was Stone Sheath. Oh, we got murdered. Oh, there's still somebody here. Alright. So, where are we going? We're going north. But yeah, it's just sleepy Guild Wars 1 Sunday. Not a whole lot going on. Besides a fair bit of chat around, you know, media control and things like that, which I do find interesting, if disheartening, very often. Go ahead and get in the worms, and I can, being in the worms is kind of easier for just not paying attention. Not paying attention. Welcome to my Guild Wars stream where I don't pay attention to anything. I just kind of let the heroes do everything. The reason I'm not playing in hard mode. I don't know what my goals for. What time is it? So it's 4:40. I'm playing for more than an hour. Oh. It seems to me I should be able to easily get to Ruins of Mora in that time. I know we need to get the Siege. We need to get to the Bone Palace. I need to get the Siege Elite skill. And then we have Ruins of Mora. No, don't talk to Palawajoka. I want to attack this guy. Kept targeting Palawajoka. Alright. Yeah, I'm really not doing anything in the way of side quests anymore. Just kind of getting through it. Now, having said that, I should mention this character is kind of left over from the Community Iron Man challenge that started last. It's been a year. It has been a year. Yeah, actually, because 2 weeks ago, last time I played 2 weeks ago, I got my birthday present on this character, this miniature fungal wallow. So it had been 1 year since I had started this Iron Man playthrough. So I have limited skills. Oh shit. What the hell? Elias didn't get in a worm. Elias, you idiot. Okay, now we're sandstorming. Elias, why? I forgot that sometimes the heroes and henchmen, they won't always get into a worm spore correctly. But yeah, the loose idea of this playthrough is that I don't do any crafting, or armor crafting only. Weapons are just whatever drops for me in the world. As a result, I still don't have a full... Well, I think my bow is max. It's just not great. 1528 damage while hexed, yeah, it's not great. So I'm still waiting on a decent bow that I can mod. Oh yeah. I need to get some people up here. And I'm not full strength. You know, my heroes are in even worse shape. Oh, we don't need to go all the way here. Like, we can just hit the button. That's right. I remember this game. Vaguely. Excuse me, tired. Does anyone have Rebirth? Kim, you are gonna die. Yep. Alright, so let's do it this way. Let's see if we can inch Menlo back to... Okay, that works. Just enough space. Elias is probably gonna die. At least once on his way back. Nope. Okay, we're actually good. Cool. Alright, now let's get in the worm, and everybody please get in the worm. And we have a dead tiger somewhere. No idea where. Well, now they're all dead. Most of this level is worm territory. I'm not too worried about a dead tiger. Don't let Jeff hear me say that. Acolyte. Wow, I'm getting... They're punching me. They're actually hurting me. Will they hurt me enough? Maybe. Nope. We're actually all right. Oh yeah, I haven't been been picking up bounties. Getting bounties are a thing. But yeah, my hope is, so it won't be today. I won't be beating this today. But yeah, once I beat Nightfall, I'm looking forward to getting back to Eye of the North. Eye of the North is going to feel the most like home in a way. Oops. I think somebody had, cracked a joke. It's like, oh yeah, are you going to try to iron your man way through the through DOA? And I'm like, I don't think so. With limited skill builds and suboptimal weapons, I don't think so. I imagine we'll dispatch Abaddon and then just move straight on to Eye of the North. Excuse me. All of a sudden, a lot of hiccups. Okay. I think this side might be slightly better. Oh, lag. Hung up on the invisible stuff. Oh, and that group's coming back. But no one's really going to be able to do much of anything. But minions aren't going to want to turn loose until they're all dead. Hey, quest. Oh yes, minions are... Oh, we're supposed to fight them? Oh yeah, these are like rebellious spirits, I think, that we're supposed to nuke for Joko. Help Palawa Joko regain control. Yeah, that's what we need to beat them up sufficiently. Palawa Joko is back indeed. Yeah. I mean, I'm not too worried about rezzing. Since there's only the one acolyte and no cavaliers. Oh, there's the palace. Okay, there's an acolyte and a cavalier, so resurrection is an issue. Although I don't know if they're close enough to be under the effects of frozen soil. Kill this guy. We're gonna have to switch over to the cavalier real quick. Oh, no. He was trying to res. Okay. Well, frozen soil's up now, so... And they're definitely close enough for it now. And I don't have any keys for the Alonian chest. I never used all my Babby keys, come to think of it. It's like, why don't I have maxed out weapons? Probably because I keep forgetting to open up chests. Most of the chests I do remember to open end up being purples. So I'm not... I don't feel like I'm missing out too much. Actually, how much money do I have? 23k? Okay. Yeah, I could get some... I could get a few keys. Maybe just 3, because I'm gonna be blowing through this area pretty quick, otherwise. Restless Dead. Bring out your Restless Dead. Oops, not that. Oh, and they're all like low level. And I need this worm spore. Excuse me, suddenly I'm tired. When I say it's a sleepy Sunday, I don't mean like literally. I want to literally go to sleep. Is everybody in a... I hope everybody's in this time. Actually, I suppose it doesn't really matter, because I think the portal's just inside that that zone. Dead Scepter, Soul Reaping. All right. Oh. Or Restless Dead. Palawa Joko wants an army of level 10s. It's like, okay. That'll be fine. That'll just make everything easier. Oh, Elias. Elias once again didn't get into the worm. Oh well. I'm not worried. He's level 20. He doesn't need any more levels. His pet could use some levels. Marganite Monk Boss, as it turns out. Oh, not anymore. Alright.
You miserable hunks of desiccated flesh! I leave you alone for a few hundred years, and you let everything go to hell! Now that I'm back, things are going to be different!
Actually, I'm going to be right back real quick. I'm gonna go in and grab a soda.
Huh? Oh.
Turn myself
Cora.
off.
I thought you were someone else.
I know. You expected Milani.
Yes. You know, Telcora, you've really grown in the time I've known you.
But you always thought of us as mentor and student. I know. I've always known.
I don't want to hurt your feelings.
As you say, I've grown. And I'd be blind not to see that you and Milani belong together.
Is it that obvious?
Yes. And the sooner the both of you realize it, the easier it'll be for the rest of us. He's all yours.
How much of that did you hear?
Most of it. I have very good ears.
I want you to know that I do care about people. Not just princes.
Princes are people too. I have to remember that. And remember that I'm not always right. We do belong together, you know.
You think it's that obvious?
Only to the entire rest of the world, Cos.
No, no, no! Mummified flesh on the left, dried bones on the right! No, your other right! You worthless bits of animated anatomy!
Alright, I'm back. Inside bathroom. Just got a soda. A little more flavor than water is giving me today. Alright, inventory check. I don't think I have anything really of note. You know, I could give this inspiration to Norgu. Suppose. Oh, and Norgu is now 20. Level 22, so. Oh, his scepter is doing him no good right now. Because since I switched him over to domination, just realized. Well, that's okay. He's now... Oh, right. Yeah, he needs some points. Some more inspiration. That works. And then the rest into beast. And... Oh, holy crap. I didn't have Elias all the way up. Why does he have... Why does Elias have points in marksmanship? Was I trying to bring him with... Where's favorable winds? Is that... Oh, yeah, I must have had him temporarily running favorable winds at one point. Oh, wait a minute. Soul Reaping all the way up, and then Beast Mastery gets whatever. Alright. Let's see. Now it is time to... Priest Kim Tut. Great Palawa Joker returns. I can't say everyone will be happy to see him back. I know it's gotten out of hand with Varish's troops garrisoned here. Those demons enjoyed devouring souls, and with an undead army about, well, you get the idea. Here, this is from our coffers. Hope you enjoy it. Finish this business, you will need firepower. Yes. Face the Horde of Darkness, Varigan Marganites who fought the gods when Abaddon stormed the gates of heaven. Not to spare, the great worms wield great power. Travel north to the shattered ravines where you will find elder siege worms. Kill them and allow your great worms to devour their carcasses. Yes, we should really see that. Good idea. Worm missions. Well, quest. Yeah, I feel like actually looking at the time, it's like, okay, it's 5 o'clock now. I think that, yeah, maybe I'll get the elite ability. And then make... Okay, yes, Elias came along that time. Make my way over to Ruins of Mora and deal with Varish. And then Herta. Herta, what? It doesn't really matter. This part is just a jog to the portal. It is annoying. It's like there's always one hero that or henchman that doesn't get into the worms when they should. And I'm pretty sure that we can just dash this. I've been playing for 2 hours. Take a break. No! Well, not yet. I'm just gonna run. It's fine. Argonites, yeah, we'll deal with them. We clear? Nope, there's one more. There we go. All right. To the Elder Siege Worms. And kill Margonites on the way. Sadistic Giants. Oh. Is everyone in? I think hopefully everyone's in. I don't know. I don't think we even need to deal with those giants. Nope, we can just bypass them. Okay, that works. There's so many side quests that I'm bypassing. You know what I might do is at the end of this run, after I've done Eye of the North or, whatever I wanted to count as the main, playthrough of this. Maybe if I have days where I feel like it's like, another low-key day, stream some Guild Wars, maybe I'll just continue and do, go back and do some of the side quests. This game just to clear out the log. Oh, and we've got attack from behind. Yeah, I've debated in the past whether oh, not this one. Next one. Whether I wanted to include War in Kryta and Winds of Change in this playthrough, and honestly, I'm not sure. Oh. Actually, this might not be the way. I mean, there's a part of me that's like, I liked War in Kryta. I didn't particularly care for Winds of Change. Honestly, I don't know that I ever really officially finished Winds of Change. The part of War in Kryta that I remember the most was, of course, the Battle of Lion's Arch, which I did love that. And the Battle of Lion's Arch is one where it's like, I wish that was a replayable mission. I want to go back and do that again because that was fun, crazy heck, like the absolute biggest fight, to be had in Guild Wars. Not to mention, going back with trying out different skill builds. And that one, because that was such a challenging mission. It feels like it would be a fun one to try to min-max, Alright. Oops, there's stuff. Alright, let's see. So, actually, yeah, okay, I could have gone that lower road. Oh well. Doesn't really matter. Oh, 3 sandstorm crags. Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of sandstorms heading my way. Yep, and I'm feeling them all. Whoa, that was loud. Apologies for that. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna die here. Likely. Since the worms don't actually really have a heal. They have a res, but they don't really have a heal. I have 10 hit points. There we go. But instantly rezzed back up. And boom, I now have the skill. Okay, cool. All right, oh, you know what? Let me do an inventory clean here. That shield might be okay for Morgan. Morgan. What does he currently have? He has his just default stuff. Armor 16 and health plus 25. Yeah, his default one is better. All right. Merchant. I need to sell stuff. Poisonous spear of... Hang on. Actually, Morgan? 1425. Okay, yeah, so... It's poison duration on foes. You know, I wonder if I can mod his... Use that to mod his existing... Let's see what we can yank off here. Just the poison. Alright, well. Modest upgrade. As modest as it gets, and assume... Although I will be running, when we get to Ruins of Mora, I'm gonna swap out, for single target. Damage, and poison's probably gonna be one of them. For your arrival, strange occurrences became commonplace. Once stayed stone formations have been given life. They now walk these cursed lands, gauging any poor fool they encounter. They're vicious, often many to their fury. They are not infallible. A group of my men cornered one of them and shattered it into hundreds of pieces. At its core, they found a glowing shard pulsing with magic I have not seen. If we are to decimate these monsters, we must understand everything about them. Fetch me more shards, and I will unlock their secrets. All right. I believe this was the quest where sticks and stones. Like 10 more. Yeah. I believe this is the one where I would go down to this temple in the sulfurs because there were a lot of graven monoliths that would pop up there. I'd farm down there for those. Not doing that today though. Whoa! Oh yeah, fall back. I'm trying to... Oh, I guess we can't talk to the worm spore if we've got aggro. Alright, well. I suppose that makes sense. Donut down! No! Actually, Donut's gonna die, you know? Yeah. Or will not die, but he's gonna... become inactive as soon as we get into the worm, so... Oh yeah, I was gonna pick up... I was going to pick up keys, and I didn't. Oh well. Hey, can I talk to you while I'm in worm form? I can. Cool. Oh, and... Horde of Darkness. Like, we don't need to fight them. Although, oh, well, it doesn't really matter. Just burst through. Alright, there's Horde of Darkness. Or a group. I think there's multiple groups. Now, do they fight? They don't fight against the Awakened. We might be here a little while. They're chain raising. Also, Horde of Darkness has entered. Oh, they interrupted my siege. They, oh, I think they finally stopped chain healing. Probably ran out of energy. It's like, guys, the normal attacks don't work on them. You can only use the siege. I thought the AI understood that. Well, okay, well, I just saw one of them use the siege. Oh, so slow. Come on. If my team would just realize... See, and this guy's got healing signet on, which, I mean, it doesn't heal him for a lot, but it's enough to be annoying. Come on. Okay, there we go. I guess I didn't properly call him or something, but oh well. Yeah, okay, yeah, there were two groups of them. Oh shit, is that a desert worm? It's a desert worm. Well, as long as these other groups around us don't aggro... Oh, it's two desert worms. We are at risk of aggroing those other groups. Somebody get... Hey! Use the elite on that one horde. He's almost dead. Well, that interrupted his... Okay. We need to get rid of these worms here. So I'm gonna pull back. Oh, Herta's down though. Okay, well... I'll go res her. Well, hopefully res her. There we go. Okay, where are the... There's Desert Worm. Everybody attack these two, since the AI is apparently not smart enough to use the skill they're supposed to. Oh, I'm getting murdered. Desert worms. Very annoying. Oh, there's only one Horde of Darkness left. Team actually using the skill now. Oh, there. Okay, I'll contribute. Oh, there's another group. There's still another group. Oh, and there we just aggroed everybody. Oh, just the shambling maces. Okay. Less of a problem, although we're getting awful close to that other group. And there, we did it. It's not a party until you aggro everybody on the map. Ooh, big hit. All right. So what's going on? Okay, yeah, we still have both the desert worms. Oh God. Okay, well, now we can give them our undivided attention, I suppose. Problem is, they keep going underground. Oh, I'm getting abused. And I'm down. And I'll be up shortly. There we go. No. Desert worms have crazy hit points. Finally, one of them. Now, hopefully there can be some proper focus fire. He keeps going underground. You know what? I'm kind of over the desert worm. Let's just focus on these guys. How did that not hit? Okay. And why are Morgan and Norgu not attacking? All right, that's 2 down. Use the catapult skill. That's what it's there for. Okay. There we go. Okay. Got them all. And then there's just regular white scythe. Okay, I don't care about that. I just want to move on. I'm sure the that worm is going to follow us, but okay. Oh, interrupted? Oh, Mage Bane shot. Okay. Yeah, I don't actually even need to really be fighting these guys. Rather, I can let the henchmen deal with it. While I take out the statue. Boom, and there it goes. We now have a bridge. And I'm not going to worry about the Graven Monoliths. Just going to move on. Shit, I got Contra-Phantasmed. No, not much of a problem. Alright, Ruins of Mora. You're the ones Morgan has sided with. It is good to see such bright heroes in a time of total darkness. I see you can tell I have been touched by Varys' dark god, Abaddon. It is true, I was left behind when Varys sent her forces into Vabi to hunt the Sunspears. As more and more of her army received the Dark God's blessing, some were driven mad while others committed suicide rather than suffer the madness. I had to stay strong even as I descended into darkness. I knew Morgan Would need good men if he were to ever return, so I remained with Varys as she crossed the Desolation and seized the Bone Palace. Varys then pushed on towards the mouth of Torment, where she now performs her dark ceremony. The ceremony swelled the strongest creatures I've ever encountered rallied for battle. It was the Horde of Darkness she just decimated. Abaddon only knows what you will face next. I was left in charge of Varys' final line of defense. As you can see, I am at Morgan's service, not hers. What would you have of me? We must enter. I think we get a cinematic here. Then we get to kill Varys.
The mouth of torment. Varys' mentor Kayat spoke of it. It was here that the 5 gods defeated Abaddon. Here that the walls of his prison are the weakest.
Here that Varys also will finish her ritual.
She will turn the world into torment and unleash Abaddon into that world.
Are you up for this?
Yes. No. I just remember Varys as she was. She did so much for Korna. She was a good leader.
She has been touched by Abaddon.
We have all been touched by Abaddon. Our entire world. We must stop it now.
When the time comes, you have to strike.
I know. But I will strike her down, only because I remember what she was. I will redeem her memory.
That will be good enough.
Alright. I was just looking. See what raid possibilities are. I suppose it'll depend once I'm finished with this mission. Let's see. So So I'm gonna change stuff around here. Donut. I'm afraid this is not a donut mission. I hate to do it, pal. But let's see. Cause energy loss. Undershot does bleed. It's +8. Yeah, having... Let's see. By poison. Or wait, do I have poison arrow? I don't think I do. So I think I want to keep apply poison. I can put down some traps. Kindle arrows as a preparation. Deals 12 piercing damage, causes bleed, okay, and knockdown, and inflicts cripple. You know what? That might actually be useful. Do I want to hate a huge bow, same skin but bigger? Oh, then this one that I've currently have? Oops. Oop. That one. I'm actually not attached to the skin of this bow. It's more, this is the only bow that's dropped. Deal +9 to enchanted foes. Oh, you know what? That actually might be better. Let's see. This skin, but a lot bigger. Which, what weapon is it? The biggest bow in the game? Which one is it? I'm not, wait. Conditions you apply last 100% longer. Do I not have... That's fine. I guess I'll keep this. Heals for 18 every 2 seconds. That might be useful for how I'm playing this. We give you appreciate the offer, Lime, but this character is currently not accepting gifts because in the spirit of the Iron Man challenge. It's only weapons that are on only weapons that drop in the world. I do appreciate the offer though. Just trying to figure out. I really don't have that many skills. Suppose I could put dazed on her. Kind of like the idea of the trap though. Let's see, so point blank shot? Yeah, point blank shot might be good. So what I need, so wilderness, expertise, marks. What is the minimum on my, okay, 10. So, and I currently have 10 marks, so I can remove channeling. Expertise is already high. Put the rest into wilderness. Now, I don't know if I want... I don't have much in the way of... Suffering is AoE. I don't think I want that. Yeah, maybe I do a combo of blood and curse on him. I'm taking the pets off because of... I don't want to... The way I typically do this is I just hang back, you know, at the entrance and draw her up. So, let's see. So, no AO. So, Life Siphon is a little bit... Want to see the bow outside? Oh, sure. Here, let me... kick. Actually, this will be good. We can compare bow size. So that one you've got on you. Oops! Whoa! Didn't mean to do that. Oh yeah, it is bigger. What I noticed was like that logically I hadn't appreciated before is how the bow scales to the size of the other characters. So like Pyre, his bow's absolutely massive. Brando, it's bigger. It actually looks even bigger on Margaret. Margaret and Jin, it looks larger. I suppose it is. What's the name of this one? I don't recall. Is this a green? Oh, it's Dragos' flatbow. Okay. Yeah, Dragos flatbow. That's a Sorrow's Furnace one, isn't it? If I recall. Not 100% sure. I'm gonna go back in the outpost. Yeah, I thought so. Whoa! Bridge disappeared! Oh, bridge is back. Okay, cool. Yeah, I have... What are other bows I have? There for a long time, cosmetic wise, I was going for. I used an amber longbow out of factions for a long time. Shadow Strike would work. Strip Enchantment could work. Vampiric Gaze certainly could. Well of Blood. Oh no, I need a corpse for that. Faint-heartedness would be good. Excess foes near your target. Ooh, this one's risky. This one's risky. Kill the dragon for the green bow. The dragon or Dragos. I used to go on green farming runs in Sorrow's Furnace a lot. I used to live down there. The Rotwing. I didn't do too many Rotwing runs. Wow. I do not have many. I do not have many necro skills here. I suppose strip enchantment. Forgotten recurve bow is nice too. What I've found is if I plant somebody who's got a low armor class kind of towards the front line, that tends to keep her up, you know, at the gate, it seems like. You know what? I'm gonna switch. I'll switch Mesmer. No, actually, it's... You know what? I'm kind of thinking, just for fun, just doing this with a minimal number of skills. So let's make sure that none of these are AoE. Okay, that one's AoE. I don't want that. That one's AoE. Don't want that. I don't know. She casts spells that are time. Next spell fails. That's AoE. Illusion. Conjure Phantasm would work for sure. Yeah, I'll drop seconds. Because she doesn't really interrupt, as I recall. It's really just... Also put an Imagine Burden on her. Energy Drain could be good. Maybe Ether Feast. All right, let's see. You know, I'm thinking Margaret, actually. So I can give her... Since she's a hero, she's got access to some extra stuff that I don't. At least I think. Could be wrong. I might be wrong. Oh, wait, I need Morgan, don't I? That's right. I need Morgan on this mission. First time chat from Gnome Jodas. She has access to skills unlocked on other characters. Yeah. Yeah, this account is fairly, well, I don't want to say it's new. I've had it for a couple of years. But I haven't played a whole lot of characters across, so I don't have that many skills unlocked across this one. I just remembered that I need to have Morgan. Oh, and Morgan was using Charm Animal instead of Comfort Animal this whole time. But yeah, welcome in. Uninterruptible. Breaker. And make sure there's no AoE here. It's bleeding, that's good. Inflicts a deep wound, okay. Move. I don't actually care about that. We're not going to be moving too much. Inflict burning, okay. You know what? When in doubt, Signet of Return. Or maybe, yeah, Signet of Return. And actually, let's swap out Leader's Comfort. Oh, Leader's Comfort was already there. Never mind. Never mind. Inflicts dazed. Oh, no effect unless knocked down. So I need to knock down. I believe I've got, yeah, Anthem Flame. Already have that. Never surrender. I don't have hardly any... You know what? They're on fire. I really don't have much in the way of Paragon skills. Since he's the only Paragon I have on this account. Alright, let's see. I think... Let's do the old double healer. Eve could be good. I want to avoid AoE. So ordinarily, I like having elementalists, but I don't want them, you know, casting. And I also don't want the dervish. I don't want melee people. It's really between Aiden and so. You know what? Let's go Aiden. This is a goofy build, but since I'm so limited on skills, we'll see. Morgan and I were close friends, even though his father was a high-ranking noble, mine just a simple guard captain. Both worship Lissa, grew up viewing the world much the same way. He and I have seen more of our share of dire situations and have saved each other's lives more than either of us cared to remember. I'd follow him to the depths of the realm of torment if he so commanded. It is a shame Varish and Bile could not inspire that loyalty. Right, for Alona, and actually, hang on, before I do... +8. You know what? Let's swap that out. I've got Wilderness. One of us needs, since I've got Aiden in here. Favorable winds will be handy. Usually I come in here with, like, team of archers, you know, and we all have, like, a ton of debuff things just to, like, drain her down. But this is kind of interesting not having much in the way of skill unlocks. Alright, so put most everybody there. And as long as I have a low armor person up front, which these two are, should be good. Come on, Varish. Oh, I didn't put down favorable winds yet. That's fine. Norgu, are you... Why is Norgu passive? Okay, that explains why he was being weird earlier. Okay. It's definitely draining her down pretty well. Elias is making me nervous here. Gonna move them all. I'm doing more hero management, honestly, than fighting. Wow, she's actually hurting our people pretty good. Almost got her. Alright, now hopefully we are not too far forward. Okay. I think we're pretty well placed. It'll depend if she tries to... Hopefully she charges us. Come on, Varish. I need one of my low armor guys a little bit closer, I think. Hey, Elias? Norgu? Very slightly closer. Oh, maybe I just needed to do this. Oh, no, no, not good enough. Hey, Elias? Come down here and then come back up. Oh. Oh, she is... No! Morgan! Morgan, you fucked up. Norgu! What the hell are you doing? Norgu? Alright, well, that didn't work. And now I have troubles. The whole thing's gone to shit. Oh, but hey, look, Varish is here. And why is there a shambling horror? Oh, because necromancer. Right. Interesting. Okay, so she did not actually aggro quite the way I'm used to. I might have to go buy more skills. Might actually have to cave on that. Yeah, alright. I'll resign this one. Alright, I've got money, and you know what I also have that I have not used? Hardly at all? Is hero skill points. See if I can unlock a greater assortment of tools. I was a little surprised. It's like, yeah, usually placing a low armor guy like Elias or Norgu towards the front will draw her up to you more, seemed like. So... Oh, no, I wanted... Ranger... Oh, shit. Hang on. Why can I only switch between these two right now? I did the quests in the desert to be able to switch. Oh shit. That's strange. Okay, well, maybe I don't talk to him. Oh, skill. Well, no, still. Mesmer skills. Energy burn. Yep. Empathy, already have. Target foe and all foe, don't want that. Shatter enchant. I've already got that one, I think. That's an AoE, I don't want that. What about necromancer skills? Full source lungs I have. I have all of those. I think I might have all of the don't know if I have that one. Okay, I must have already had it. Paragon skills. Know if I have that one. Concentration, uninterruptible. I think I do. Oh. Alright, well, let's where's the nearest skill trainer? I don't know if there's a skill trainer in the Bone Palace or not. Oh, and I just looked at the time. I was not expecting to have trouble here. And honestly, it wouldn't have been trouble if she had just come forward. I suppose Kodosh. It's this guy. You know what I'm used to having in this one? He is flag all up to the gate. Yeah, which I kind of did. I did have to. I usually do have to tease one of the lower armor class ones a little bit more forward to keep her up there, and it worked fine on the. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and buy these. It worked fine on the first phase. The problem was the second phase. There are ranger skills that I have not had. It's also possible that I may need to bring in I feel like I don't know this, and she runs to, yeah, and that's what I was trying to do. And like I say, it worked well on the first half. Second half, when she's Paragon, it was a little harder. Well, actually, you know what it was she did one of her retreats, and Norgu, the idiot, went and chased after her way too far. So, let's see. Maybe I pick someone, a low armor class person. You know what? No, let's just try this again. And I'll bring in Eve. Bring in Aiden again. Yeah, the first stage is easy. The second stage, she wants to kind of be at range a little bit more. All right, Varish, come on. Okay, she does get knocked down. I wasn't sure if she actually gets knocked down or not. Being a big bad boss. But yeah, I don't damage her so much as I just kind of wear her down with debuffs. Oh, and Eve is just about dead. Eve is dead. And Kim is dead, too. Well, not for long. What is this? Lose all enchantments. Oops, yep, that was too close. Yeah, that part's easy. Getting her to... You know what? Hang on. That vortex. Ah, shit. I blame that one on Morgan. Well, maybe we can dispatch this group before they, Okay. Waiting on her, tornado over here to dissipate. Before I distribute people again. Okay, there we go. So, I want to go right about here. Hopefully Norgu will not run in after her again. God. Morgan? Damn it. Fuck. Hey, Blood. Welcome in. Morgan, you fucking idiot. Get back up. And now I'm fighting this group fight really without a build for dealing with them. Yay. This is so ugly. Alright, well, we're doing it. We're doing it. Morgan, you're fucking useless. Alright. I'm gonna have to park him in back now too, or at least medium back. What the fuck? Ah, shit. And that just aggroed the necromancer. Because dead bodies, you know, necromancers just can't resist the dead bodies. This is like exactly the stuff I didn't want going on. Oh hey, Varish, she's finally here. Oh, and she's going away again. Okay. And the Arm of Insanity spawned himself. Kill him faster, kill him faster, kill him faster. I didn't kill him fast enough. Alright, well. Okay. A regroup. Fucking A. It's like with properly geared, you know, and skilled up heroes, this is easy, but without that, it's kind of what? Who did that? Who? Somebody threw something. Somebody here is on my shit list now. Oh, there's a... Hang on. What is that? Quickening Zephyr. You know what? I'm putting you two in time. You know what? And Morgan as well. I'm putting all three of you in timeout. I need I need you guys up here to kind of help bait her. But I don't want you guys running. Nobody run after her. Just right here is fine. No, don't go after her. Okay, alright, alright. It's alright. Oh, it's a little bit of a bummer that she lost all of her debuffs. See, there's the problem with, you know, phase 2 of hers. You know, she likes to retreat. Not even full skill bar. I'm going with the skills that I have available currently, and I didn't have many. Thing that was throwing me is, oh shit, is that I wasn't able to switch to on my ranger to the other classes. And I did the profession switches in prophecies, so I should be able to do those. That's a bummer. We are actually making headway on her. Norgu, what the... Oh, right, I had selected that. Norgu, come back. Norgu, come back. Oh, hey, Varish. She's coming. No, and she's running away. Nope. Damn it. We aggro this other group. So this is just gonna be how it is, huh? Alright. Alright. Wake everybody up. Wake everybody up. This is wild. I do not remember the fight being like this at all. It'd be one thing if, you know, you could just kill these guys. Problem is, they just keep respawning. Oh, and also don't have her targeted still. All right. What's the plan? What's the plan? I think I have done things in the past where I've been able to draw the clerics up. Now I'm just trying weird shit, you know. Although I don't know if the cleric... Ooh! Oh. You want to get me up? Thank you. Yeah, the gate thing is not... You know, actually, wait a minute. We've done something interesting here. I mean, not great, but we've opened up a large window here to where we might be able to charge in and get some of the monks. It's not obviously not going to be a master run or anything, but at this point I'm kind of stumped at the way it, you know, why is it behaving this way? So I'm going to need to wait for these two patrols to go by. The enemies aren't endless? Oh, hang on. Have I been wrong this whole time? You could just kill them? Oh, shit. Oh, shit, I'll just do that. Because, I mean, that's working. I thought they just kept respawning. Okay. Shows what I know. They're not endless, maybe they're just annoying. They respawn enough that it's annoying. Next time I manage to do it, full bonus easy for some reason, probably. Like I say, I usually don't have this much trouble. I mean, her second phase is can be a little tricky getting her without the other enemies noticing, but usually placing a low AC character down here keeps her engaged enough. And I don't have any AoE going on, so she shouldn't be running. Now she's behaving. You know. It's like... Whatever, Varish. Yeah, video games. Oh well. It's fine, it's fine. Norgu's not fine. Norgu's dead. Oh! She poked me in the head while I was trying to put that trap down. That was rude. There it is. What was that, like half an hour? 15 minutes. Oh my god. Oh my god. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. You need to go back and play like on the main character. It's like,
Both for you.
that's not the way I remember her behaving, you know.
What now, Morgan? We stopped the ritual. Does it
Oh,
end
well.
with Varish's death?
Doesn't matter. We're moving on.
Don't know. Each part of the ritual at Gandhara, at the Temple of Lissa,
3 cigarettes.
was to weaken the walls of Abaddon's prison.
The shame. Oh well.
If the walls are weakened too much, could something breach them from the other side? From the realm of torment itself?
I don't know.
Everyone, out of the area, now!
Boom. And they all died happily ever after. There's a reason why she's spoken. Night has fallen on Nalona. Dun, dun, dun. Realm of Torment itself. Yep. Sadly not today, though. I'm afraid you guys and your wacky-ass skill bar... You know what? I'm going to leave those up, hopefully, to remind me. I'm afraid it's time for me to leave, but I'm going to leave those skill bars up to remind me that I need to reset them next time. Oh my god. I'm never going to live this one down. Anyway, I'm going to call it there and raid out. Do have a minor programming note. Ordinarily, I'm streaming on Tuesday nights. I will not be streaming this Tuesday because of it's actually my wife's birthday, so we're going to be doing something else, likely going to dinner or something. Next time I will be back is on next Saturday. I'm going to start up Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, and very much looking forward to that. It'll be a change of scenery from Dark Souls and Alan Wake, and yet in a way maybe not so much of a change of scenery, because well, I understand it, but it is also kind of a dark, you know, eerie game, so we'll see. Already ending. I've been going for what, it's been 3 hours or so. Who do I want to raid? Let's see. Oh wow, Volka has actually gotten into Helldivers too. They've been having so much server trouble there. You know what? It's not Guild Wars. I think I'll send you over his way. I think I followed him ages ago from Guild Wars. I don't know if he was playing Guild Wars or what. He's still in my sidebar, so... Anyway, thanks everyone for hanging out. I will start up a raid. This is going to be a random-ass raid for him. He was like, you're raiding from Guild Wars? What? But anyway, thanks everyone for hanging out. I'll be back. Oops. As I mentioned, I'll be back next Saturday for Hellblade. Next Sunday, I'm probably going to do a limbo list thing. I don't know exactly what. Chances are it'll be On Guard. I won't know until I get there. Thanks everyone for hanging out, and we'll see you guys later.